thought that would be a good angle to start at. And it was, all right. Call me pretty. That's fine, all right. Fuck you. I'm handsome. That's what I am. Welcome back. Welcome to the SBC Podcast. That's what this is. You're here. Stay here. It's worth it. It is. Yeah, it's worth it, man. I guess if it's your first time, hi, my name's Bob. No, I was in I was a car accident victim, and this is what I started doing. Started doing this because I'm handicapped now, and that's okay. If you know me, you don't. That's all I gotta say. We'll thank one person in my life. The Lord. Look at that. I look like Ben Diesel right now. It's like, oh, family. It's all about family. Yeah, and I am. What is it? Can you see that? Wait, hold on. It is 8. I'm gonna look at my watch. I don't have to show y'all because fuck y'all. It's 8:27. All right. So what? I'm drinking coffee. And if that's your question, why are you drinking coffee at 8:27? At night. Why do you masturbate? So, figure that out, you fucking pervert. Yeah, I mean, everyone does it. Eventually, at some point, I guess. I believe everyone does it. I don't anymore. I don't as of probably, man, it's been 3 hours, I guess. So it's it's there, and I'm here. Nothing's going on down here, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I can keep my hands up like this for the rest of the time, so y'all know I'm not doing anything crazy. But I'm not gonna do that. You're just gonna have to trust me, because I'm not doing anything crazy. I miss growing up. I do. I miss just the childhood experiences that I guess I took for granted, granted or whatever. You can, and I have a word of the day usually. We'll probably get into that later. I gotta, get the ball rolling here. Granted, taking childhood for granted is a pretty good big word. Not the biggest one we'll be spitting out today out of this fucking, dick garage or whatever they call it. And not mine, because I'm not gay. That's probably what they, would say about your mouth, not mine. No, I liked it. My childhood. It was interesting. I have experiences. So as of right now, I have long hair. Good job, you fucking you're good at observing things. That was another big word, observing. Not as big as granted, but it's close. It's in the same family. I had longer hair when I was a kid. I had hair that would go down to my shoulders, and it was straight, and it was blonde, kind of like Rapunzel. But they didn't have transgenders back then. And I'm young. I know it. I'm 23 years old. All right. If I look 16, fuck you. I don't care. I'm not. All right. Unless you want me to be. But, yeah. Anyways, I used to play I played football when I was a child, and I think every boy probably did when they were a child. And I remember I used to have a lot of, and I still do, because I'm not racist. I'm furthest thing from racist, actually. Uh, I'm Hispanic. I am part Hispanic. If you don't believe me, I'll show you my brother. He's, you know, he's got something, could be autism, could be, I'm not saying that Hispanics have, I'm just, um, he's got a beard. I don't. So we don't look anything alike. But, yeah, no, I had, a lot of black friends at flag football we used to play. You pull the flag instead of tackling children, because they could hurt each other, get mad. They don't really know how to not take things personally, and that's okay. That's just a child. Children do that. That's okay. Anyways, I used to be lined up on the defense, and I remember feeling, fingers going through my hair. And it feels nice. It's like when you go to get your hair cut and stuff, and they shampoo you. It feels good. It's like you're just gonna lay there and you're gonna be like, I'm just gonna close my eyes and act like this is not a guy running his fucking fingers through my hair, because it feels good. It really does. I mean, it could be like the nastiest person you've ever met, but you'll be like, all right, shampoo my hair. That's fine. Shampoo, shampooing your hair is probably when you do it yourself, you're just like, let's get this fucking over with. But when someone else is doing it, you're like, whoa, how much do I have to pay you to sit here and do it longer? Um, and I don't think they do happy endings for that stuff. So I don't know why you were thinking about that either. Um, it's an odd, it's a fucking hairstylist. They don't even touch your body. They just, your hair, dude. It's fucking hair. Calm down. But, I will tell you, yeah, I feel hair, I feel fingers running through my hair. I just sit there, and the ball, down, sit, hut. I'd still have my eyes closed. I'd be like, I don't even know what's going on. I'm just gonna sit here. I don't care. I don't care whose flag I have to pull. I'm just gonna sit here. It was my black friend. It was. It was. We were children. Man, I'll tell you, we were about could have been 6 or 7, I believe. I mean, I don't know. I really don't. I just remember distinctly that incident, because it was the funniest incident. All the parents thought it was funny. They were like, "Oh my gosh, are these guys like the first gays in Rowlett or something?" And that's probably what the parents were thinking. But as children, I was like, "Well, this feels good." And he told me, he's like, "Well, I never felt hair like yours before." You know, that was like a level up right there. That's when I grew up, and I was like, "Wow, people, experience different things in their life." And that's when I grew up just a little bit from there. I was like, "Oh, I'm almost an adult now." Personally, I think so. If you put all the races together, the ethnicities of people, that's a good word, ethnicities. Um, and you're gonna be like, all right, which one would be the first one to go gay? It would probably be white people, I would think. Who would be the last? I think black people. Black people are, I think, I believe. Actually, I don't think. I know. I believe. All right, everyone loves them. All of them are fun. They're fun to hang around. They're fun to be around. They run your fingers through your hair because they like your hair. I've had it happen a lot, actually. going through elementary school and stuff. I'm gonna have to start taking like breaks or something because I gotta get ice on my back after this. It sucks. It does, and it shouldn't. Fucking young. But anyways, everyone thought my hair was hairy, and it was soft, dude. I would condition it and stuff back then. I don't do that now. That's for, and I don't have an issue with people that do it. I personally just don't do it because I'm like, I don't, I don't sleep with men at night, and that's true. Um, but I'll tell you what, I've always wanted to grow a beard, man. I'll tell you what, actually, I used to see these people. You can't really see mine. Um, the Adam's apple. I used to see these really skinny guys like skater boys, and they had the big ass fucking. They had a big old damn Adam's apple that would fucking, you can fucking pop a balloon with it or something. Um, like they're at their little sister's birthday party, and someone tried to hit them a balloon under their neck. It would pop because it's so sharp. It's like I thought that was the coolest thing in my life when I was a kid. I really did. I was like, I want one. When I had one, but a lot of people have, more defined ones, I guess. And I wonder where they are now. I also had a kid in school. I've had a few of those kids with the uneven legs. They put that fucking, that Kiss, that Kiss boot, that boot, like the Kiss band. They got fucking big ass soles on their boot or their feet, their shoes. Yeah, I've seen a lot of kids with a few, not a lot, because I guess it's rare. Um, I've seen a few kids with that, and they'll, instead of like whoa, 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 whoa. It's like when you walk one leg on a curb and then one's off the curb. That's what they look like when they walk. They're all whoa. It's like they're dodging punches. Practicing boxing in school while they're walking. It's like, oh, I'm gonna be really good at this when I get to practice. Coach is gonna love me. But yeah, they'll get that shoe so they can just, it's side to side. It's not whoa, whoa. The Leaning Tower of Autism, that's what I call it. Nice kids though. I'll tell you what, really nice. Had a lot of friends, and you know they had them, but they gotta custom order their shoe, and it's like, we know what you're doing. You're just trying to look taller for women. That's not true, honestly. It's not. It's because they didn't have their legs. And honestly, I never thought about it until now, but I think, cause of that, one leg's longer than the other is, if a baby's born, babies usually come out with their head first. And I think those kids came out with their legs first, honestly, and one leg at that. So they had their leg to pull on. They had one leg to pull on, and it was like, oh, they stopped doing that probably around 2005 because they saw people with uneven legs. They're like, oh shit, that's what's causing it. That's funny because they, some fucking university had to do it for a project or something, and it's like, we got to narrow down on why people got uneven legs out here. So we'll go do research around America and ask doctors what they did different with this kid. Patient subject, born with legs first. We pulled on one, got him out, and over time, they had to get a taller boot on one leg. You know what I mean? And it's weird because I wonder if, I don't know. It's probably how it happened. You know, it's not really that hard to speculate or predict these things. It really isn't. It's pretty. Man, I'll tell you what. I probably would be taller. You know, I would be taller if and I will be when I get fixed and whatever whatever surgeon has whatever for me in stock. There's that dude waiting for me. He's like, "Hey, bro, you want to be 6 feet tall? Too bad, man. You're too short." Um, yeah, it'd be cool to be 6 feet tall because for some reason that's like a requirement for women. But I mean, bitch, how tall are you? How jolly giant are you, motherfucker? If a girl is fucking 6 feet, fuck you. I'm not. You're not getting me. You're too tall. I have a fucking requirement. I do. All right. I have a weight requirement. I have a fucking height requirement. Um, that's pretty much it, honestly. I have a sense of humor requirement. I have a um, yeah, that's it, dude. I mean, any ethnicity, I got you. I don't discriminate. I feminize. I don't know what that. I don't really know what that means, honestly. But I'll tell you what. OnlyFans girls are. I mean, they're making a lot. They're making a lot of money off of husbands. Um, you know, creeps. Creepy motherfuckers that. Just live. I don't know. Live with their parents. All right. I'm gonna be honest. Old folk. All right. Don't fucking look at me like that. Talking about older men. Um, and it's getting out of hand. I don't know. But everyone's got to do what they got to do or find the way, and it's good. It's good. They, I don't normally, I really don't, I don't do this. I, as life goes on, you change into hopefully a better person and not let a lot of people affect you. Someone's going to affect you one day, but hopefully not too much where you're like, all right, I'm going to go meet children in a Kroger. Um, that's not cool. Personally, if I saw someone that was doing that, I'd fucking sock them in the face. It's not cool. It's not cool. You know, it's not cool to do that. It really isn't. And there's really nothing. Yeah, and it's happening. I'll tell you what though. My brother, he went to prison. He went to prison. Damn, I don't remember. Could have been close to 2 years ago. I think 3 could be. That's crazy. Time flies. Um, yeah, dude. But he came back and he was. And I don't want to say this like, and I'm not being, and he came back and he seemed a little, gayer than I remembered, but he And I asked him about it, and he said, that's the way we do it. That's the way we joke in prisons. And, that's, we joke. We joke about, gay, vulgar stuff. And honestly, that's like, to me, that's like, joking about a, school shooting or something, like, and don't take these words mixed up or don't edit this crazy. That's like joking and saying like, oh, if you're the one saying the joke, like you're joking around about shooting up a school. Um, it's a joke, but it's happening. Like people are doing it. Um, and people make the jokes. It's funny. Not to me. I wouldn't do it, but some people do it. Not me. I think gun safety and stuff is very important. I also live in Texas, so you know, you know what I mean. Like Big X the Plug said, "Bitch, I'm from Texas." It's a good quote. You know, it is. It really is. I like it. Um, what else? What else is there? I mean, news. They moved around. I don't really have crow's feet on my eyes. I do a little bit. Oh, they moved around. Fucking, the news. Have you been looking at the news or anything? They moved around. The famous possessed doll Annabelle. They moved it out here to Texas. So honestly, I don't. San Antonio, that is. I won't be going down there anytime soon. I don't want to. I don't really want to be a part of that. Honestly, I a couple weeks ago I did watch the movie Smile. Um, you know, by myself, and that was okay. I didn't. I was like, I probably won't do it again because I was all alone, and I was. Yeah, no, you get that shit. I'll tell you what, if I was smoking weed and I was alone, I would accidentally fucking, blew up the house and stuff. I'd have just been scared, man. I don't like weed. I really don't. I don't like it. I don't have anything against people that do it, but personally, me, nah, nah. And they got it out in Oklahoma, and and they got Cherokee Indian people out there too. And that's honestly, that's the only kind of Indian people that I would want to see in person and talk to. Because man, the times I've been to 7-Eleven, and those people are there talking about the clerk. The ones that are selling you stuff, and they'll fucking bobble their head. Ooh, ooh. I don't like them. They don't have. I mean, and it could be an ego. I mean, but this is America. We do, and this is Texas. Honestly, it's Texas, so there's no fucking excuse. I'm not being rude. I'm not being harsh. They're not respectful. They aren't. They really aren't. They don't have. We have a thing down here called Southern hospitality, and they don't follow it. It's like, what do you want, motherfucker? They'll get real fucking. They'll get 0 to 100 real quick, and it's like, you don't want to do that here, dude. You're already labeled as a semi or a potential terrorist. Not to me, but to people that judge. You know, The only thing I'm like, hey, dude, you got to be a little bit nicer than that. You can't just, fucking throw my damn Twinkie at me and be like, here you go, And it's like, what? No. Yeah, I don't like their driving either. Their driving fucking sucks. I think they're the worst drivers in the world, and, you know, if we had, get one of them in the UFC, I want to see someone fucking whoop their ass. That should be that should be a thing. Instead of getting a ticket for driving like a fucking idiot as an Indian, they put you in the UFC. Hey, you pay this ticket or you fucking fight John Jones. I want to see them fucking fight John Jones because someone's got to get their ass whooped for being an idiot. You know what I mean? But these are all jokes, and if you're taking it serious, then you probably shouldn't be on this fucking channel. So, I'm not sorry. I'm really not. I do love all people. I really do. And I'd help anyone that came across my path. I really would. I would. I'd help anyone. I love helping people. I don't discriminate when someone needs help. I really don't. And it's what I love doing. Helping people, meeting new people. Even meeting new people that are like me, I have the same, thoughts. Not specifically, I don't think anyone has exactly the same thoughts. Dude, I am wired up. I probably shouldn't have, drank that. So, that, coffee, that stuff. That stuff that makes you, and I think, anyone that says, oh my gosh, I can't have a cup of coffee past 8 in the morning, you sound old. You may not be old, but you're making yourself sound old, and that's if you want to stay young, fucking drink coffee whenever. Who cares? Just have control of when you can go to bed or not. And I don't sleep well anyway, so who fucking cares? I wake up like 7 times a night. I really do, and it's not. I can't fucking. I'm tossing and turning, and I'm fucking punching pillows and shit, and yeah, holding on to a pillow like, hey, what are you doing tonight? No, not like that. That's weird. You're fucking weird, man. I need a fucking pillow, huh? I got 2 ants. What are you saying? Yeah. Well, thanks for watching this episode. I'm trying to get into it. I'm trying to get into it more, and I will. Probably start doing something new, segments and stuff, and I didn't do any sponsors, but I have one right here. This episode is sponsored by the Blast Smoke Odor Eliminator, and I don't smoke. All right, shut the fuck up. This is just this is a sponsor. I don't even have to explain this to y'all. All right, fucking do whatever you want. It smells good though. It really does. It smells like leather. If you like the leather smell. But thanks. Oh, anyways, I just got a message. But y'all have a good night, man. Stay close to Jesus Christ. And if you're not, keep watching. You will.